Hello, everyone. Welcome back to In the Works, the podcast. I am your host, Lara Francesca. And if you have been waiting for motivation to start that thing, such as a brand, a business, or that project, this episode is for you. Because real creators don't wait on motivation, but they build a life around devotion. Not to be seen, not to be perfect, but to answer a deeper calling. This is about creative discipline and not the loud kind, not the hustle culture kind, but the sacred, quiet kind that says, I will show up even when it's been hard. Because you don't need to be more creative to have a creative life. Creativity isn't just for musicians, painters, or writers. It is for people like you and me who want to build something honest, a business, a relationship, and a life that feels ours. We all carry a gift, a soul's purpose, and a seed inner us. But most people bury it into fear, self-doubt, and perfectionism. And if I'm being completely real with you, for a long time, I thought I wasn't a creative person at all because I couldn't draw and my handwriting have never been cute at all. I was the girl at school that was good at sports, science, and maths, and things that had structure and logic. I felt safe in systems and things with rules and frameworks. Creative people, I thought they were the universe's favorites and the ones that were born with the talent and the magic within them. I used to believe creativity was something you either had or you didn't, and I used to believe that I didn't, and I was wrong. Because creativity isn't something you're handed, it is something that you create, that you build, and you practice. It is something you choose, especially when nobody's watching. And when the idea for this podcast first came up, it was after years of inner work, years of being obsessed with personal growth, learning to show up for myself, healing, falling forward, and wanting so deeply to share that journey with more people. And even then, the first thing I thought was, how am I going to bring this to life if I am not a creative person? That thought almost stopped me. And something inside me said, what if I just try anyways and see how it goes? And through starting, through speaking, writing, and trying to share a message from the bottom of my heart, I realized that creativity wasn't about being artistic, but it was about being honest and being brave enough to say, this is where I am, this is what I'm learning, and this is what's helping me grow. So if you ever told yourself the lie that you're not creative, I want you to hear me when I say this, and it is that you already are, and creativity is just waiting for you to believe it too. And once you start believing in your creativity, the next question becomes, can you actually stay devoted to it even when motivation fades? To be honest, this is a tricky one. Let's say for me, I have a full-time job, I go to uni, and I train like an athlete. And at the same time, I'm trying to build something meaningful that is this project. And creativity doesn't always arrive on demand. Some days I feel completely drained, where all I want to do is melt in my bed and disappear into my silence. But even then, I still feel this pull towards this podcast, this work, And this is space that matters so much to me. But the energy, the clarity, the inspiration, it doesn't necessarily always comes easily. Sometimes I had to stop waiting for motivation and I had to start treating creativity like a commitment, like a date and an appointment that I had with my soul. Sometimes I will wake up, be in my PJs, and just open my laptop aiming to develop a podcast idea. And to be honest, many of those attempts go wrong, nothing flows. And not because I don't care, but maybe because I'm pouring from a cup that is not full. And that's when this hit me. Because I show up for work, I show up for uni, and I show up for my training. And why wouldn't I show up for this, the only thing that is mine, my own project, with the same respect as I do with all the others? So now I treat this podcast as the full-time job I wanted to become. Even on my day off, I will shower, dress up, and go to a cute spot that is gonna light me up and put me in a good mood to create. And this because I want to romanticize this project. I don't want this project to become something that stresses me out. And I want it to stay as something that excites me truly. I want to feel light up knowing I'm about to film or record, knowing someone, maybe just one person, might hear exactly what they needed to hear. And I live for that, to uplift, to light up a room, and to make someone feel seen or inspired. And that's how I know this is my soul's purpose as well. And yeah, there is still days that I don't feel like it, but I show up to it anyways. Even for 30 seconds, or if I'm lucky, for 30 minutes. Some days I will open my notebook and have no clue of what to write or say. Other times, a single line will become a full idea. Sometimes inspiration doesn't come sitting in a desk. Sometimes it will come midway through a run or in a conversation that I'm having or cooking, and I will grab it as well. I won't take it for granted, as creativity isn't something passive. It is a relationship. You have to nurture it, you have to pour into it, and you have to protect it as well. And when you do, when you actually reconnect with your why, the words will flood in. The energy will return, and you will remember what you're really here for. Every creative process has emotional patterns, and you will start with excitement, ambition, and then the dips come as well. This suck, or why did I start this in the first place, or why is this not working if I'm putting so much energy into it? And if you don't know, that's part of the cycle. You will think that means something is wrong, but it doesn't. It means that you are actually into it. Now, when those thoughts creep in, I say, all right, this is the part where I want to give up, but I have been here before and I know how to thrive with it. Naming it takes the fear out of it, and that's how you stay in the room longer than your resistance. But let me be honest with you. Even now, with everything I have learned, there are still weeks where everything is happening and life is fully on. There's deadlines, emotional overwhelm, and exhaustion. And all I feel is frustration, like, why is nothing working? And something I have learned after so many tears and so many stressful moments is that I will surrender. I have had learned how to give up control, to stop stressing and to stop forcing things to go my way. And every morning, in my little meditation and space of devotion, I will ask the universe to show me the lessons and the magic I need to go through to become the very best version of myself. So now, whatever happens in the day, whether it's a delay, a conflict, or a curveball, I will choose to observe it like I'm watching a TV show. Like, okay, this episode, not what I planned, but I will watch it anyways. And I don't mean ignoring the hard stuff, I mean not resisting to it. And I started stop resisting to people who triggered me within boundaries, of course. I don't resist the delays or the unexpected shifts anymore. And I will ask myself and the universe, what is this teaching me? And where is the lesson here? And maybe, just maybe, that annoying delay is the last piece of patience I need to unlock my next level. Maybe this challenge is preparing me to be the business owner I want to be, because I want to run a powerful business. If I want to be a grounded creator, then I have to be the kind of person who can hold both the magic and the mess, the good and the growth. And that's what the cycles are for, to shape you into the version of you that can hold you your highest potential without crumbling. So stay in it, even when it's heavy, even when it feels frustrating, and try to don't fight it and just flow with it. So just to wrap all this up, I want to invite you to reflect on what is that one thing in your life right now that lights you up so much that you're actually willing to endure the messy parts of it. Because let's be real, this podcast, I love it. I love speaking, I love sharing, I love uplifting people, and it fills me with so much joy. But loving something doesn't mean it's gonna be always easy. It doesn't mean there won't be setbacks or chaos or life happening in the background. And still, I choose to keep going because the vision I have for this podcast is bigger than the discomfort. The purpose behind is louder than the noise in my head. And that's what keeps me grounded when life gets overwhelming. So my question for you today is, why are you doing what you're doing? And what's your why? If your why doesn't feel strong enough to carry you through the messy moments, maybe this is not the right project for you, and that's okay too. But if it is your thing, you won't know unless you try over and over again. Trying is the only thing that brings fruit, not procrastination, not perfectionism, no overthinking, and only action. Because even if it doesn't become your forever thing, it will give you the answer. And that answer will move you forward. The real heartbreak is living your whole life with a what if, the kind that could have been answered if you just tried. To finish up this episode, I want you to remember that creative living isn't always pretty, it's not always comfortable, but it is sacred. You're not here to be perfect, you're here to be present and to build something meaningful with your voice, your energy, and your truth. Your job isn't to grip tighter, it's to stay open, stay willing, and stay in the room. And if you do, something beautiful will meet you in there. And I really mean that. Because when you're chasing your dreams from a place of honesty, joy, and enlightenment, the universe starts moving things around you. You attract the right people, you spark the right conversations, and you build the real connections, the ones that feel expansive, electric, and true. You never know when that one person you meet on a walk or at the coffee shop or even in the elevator might become your next creative partner, business ally, or soulmate client. Opportunity is everywhere, and when opportunity meets your energy, your preparation, your devotion, incredible things will happen. So don't close yourself off. Stay open, stay strong, and stay hungry for more. Because I promise you, whatever you do with your whole heart and your full intentions and your highest integrity will always grow into something meaningful. Even if it brings setbacks along the way. So yeah, just remember, you're doing better than you think. Keep going. Thank you for being here with me. I send you so much wisdom and light to fire up your dreams and not leave them in the back of your mind forever. I want to tell you that I feel you, and I will see you next week with so much love and light. Lao.